My friends, the city is up.
We are doing merchant. Here we are doing Merchant Princess Folly, one of the skirmishes in Neverwinter, and Prince Wakanga is hiring us because they messed up in House of Treasure that attracted a bunch of enemies. This is one that can trip people up until they learn how to do it. Messed up in House. We can go over here and join our crew of random people who are playing. Got a full party of 5. This one can be pretty tough, especially beginning. It has a bunch of spawns that show up. Our first job is to stop the courtyard where normally you would find King Wakanga, Fort Nyanzaru, and the enemies vary by each time we run it. So we can see different people show up or different types of foes. In this case, it's undead that have come to the city. A large number of foes that can make it pretty challenging for players, especially new players. Attacking out of the shield, so it looks like the team's a pretty good one. So there's 2 things to do. One is to stop other bad things from coming in, and the other one, which people often don't do, is to take care of various other activities, such as rousing palace guards, which is done around the border. If you look up on the top right of my screen, you see the map there. The blue dots that I'm slowly going to get rid of after I rouse the guards. There's other activities to get the weapons done. If someone's working on those, you can see the progress in the quest area over here. And someone's now rousing the guards, that's good. So this is a very important thing to do to get these weapons here. This is often forgotten by people. You just have to go over to this area, both sides of it, and interact, and getting stomped on by everything else. Time matters for completion if you want the gold rewards. It's not as important these days, but you have to take care of everything pretty quickly, and that's hard to do if you haven't gotten all the weapons, which the person stopped too, so I'll go back to it. So you can see I'm the only person doing it right now. That creates a column. Let's had a couple characters go down. Now the weapons are sabotaged. It's just about clearing the space, and this gate's going to drop down. It's behind me, so you can come out still. A couple dinos will come out. So lore-wise, let's talk a little bit about that. We've got Fort Nyanzaru, which is the large fort, really the only city, known city controlled by Chult, or by the Chultans, by the Chult people in the area of Chult. And in this case, because it's being assaulted, we've got to create some barricade materials, and you go to different spots that are shown on your map, and you plunk them down, and it starts creating a little barricade, which will prevent bad things from coming up. The fun thing here is your team has to sort of decide how much you want to try to be working on shoring up the defenses versus attacking things. And the general rule of thumb, as long as you can afford to be working on the barricade, you should. If you're getting overwhelmed, the whole party is dying and everything, then that's where you change your focus. But more bad things will come if the barricade's not up, so you kind of are getting worse off if you don't try to at least somewhat work on improving things. Putting down your barricades. So I'm going to try to stay focused on that as much as I can. Looks like there's only one spot left, or 2, so I'll head towards it. And we'll complete this phase. And still in one left. Expect someone's going to get it. Okay, got it. Then someone talks to this guide that we've got to get, the Royal Engineer. We have to get him to the gates. Get out of here. So there's always one path. The path varies, but you barricaded everything else, and the one path you didn't barricade is the way you're going to have to take everybody. While, of course, defeating the foes that come. One of the things that makes this interesting is that the engineer that you've asked to follow you along, and that's your task for this part of it, will stop if things are dangerous. So you can't make any progress so long as the engineer is stymied. So you gotta clear mobs, at least in their direct area. The second thing that's gonna make things interesting, you'll see shortly, is there's a huge T-Rex that's in this area. And that makes it really hard to make much progress. In theory, what should actually happen is someone should engage the T-Rex. There it is. You drag it away. It'll be the tank of your party. To avoid it, taking you down and bogging you down so you can do faster completion. Since completion isn't so important and since people don't know what they're doing, these days we just work on killing it. Every now and then you have a party that knows what it's doing and you get to do that. It's always nice to become resurrected fellow friends. So do right now. Watch your field instead of attacking. So yeah, so this is, you get to see a little bit of Fortney and Zyro shown off in another video, but I'm going to share this. Away from the cameras. T-Rexes and big dinosaurs fall, and when they fall, they're vulnerable to more damage. So whenever you see them hit the ground, it's good to target them with your best abilities. We've gotten the T-Rex out of the way. Now we can lead the engineer further, but there's one last group of bad guys before we get completion. At the chosen gate. And again, this gate will change each time you play. Some routes are easier than others, and one of them really you just don't deal with the T-Rex at all. You just have more spawns. So we'll get them to the gate. One last spawn comes, and then we can be all done. Bad guys are kind of cool. You have rancid Chults. They give a big pummel that drops you down, so stick out. You also have whites that will bring more, and Deathlock whites particularly will bring more undead to the area. So I'll take those out early and avoid the hulks. Other than that, it's basically just some guys with shields that you can't hit when their shield's raised. That's it. So you get some rewards, and that's the end. We brought them to the city gate, and now we're okay. I actually don't know that I want to do that, so I don't need the rewards since we didn't do so well. And that's it. That's Merchant Prince's Folly. I'll take this opportunity, since we defeated the foes, to move around a bit so you can see what it looks like. So it's the same town of Port Nyanzaru that you'll see in most cases. It simply has a sort of overcast sky from all the burning fires, from whatever kind of troops that are besieging the town, in this case the undead, that have destroyed a number of things. All the NPCs are gone. Various areas are closed off, so you can't go to the port area. And depending on your route, you have one way that you can travel. So sometimes you're going to travel in this direction. Other times you go back towards the rear of the area, you go out this way. So those are the three different ways that you'll end up going from your starting point of the courtyard where the nobles are. So that's a fun one. Generally pretty good. This is a decent team. It can be problematic with bad teams. It takes a long time to get through it, but usually with time you can prevail if you know what to do. Alright folks, take care.